Ever since PS2 games started to get ported to the PS4, it's been mostly disappointing. It's a lackluster selection of PS2 games missing so many great titles and underrated gems. To be fair, there are tons of PS3 and PS2 remasters and remakes for the PS4, and I'd say we're considerably lucky to get the original trilogy of both Crash and Spyro remastered. Still, if a PS2 game gets ported to the PS4, that version should be one of the best ways to experience the game, and it often isn't. Though I haven't had any problems in regard to the quality of the emulation from the games I've played so far, my main issue has to do with the quantity of games available. The PlayStation 3 started out backwards compatible for both PS2 and PS1 games, but soon all further PS3 models dropped the PS2 software and would only support PS1 discs. Yet right from the beginning, the PlayStation 3 was releasing downloadable PS1 games. From then on, Sony was constantly porting PS1 games every year, with the highest number being in 2009 to 2011, around 50 PS1 games per year. Eventually, the PS3 ended with 265 PS1 games worldwide for download. The PS4 took 2 years after its release date to start porting PS2 games, and beforehand there seemed to be lots of people hoping and speculating that the PS4 would become backwards compatible with PS2 discs. Instead, you'll have to buy the PS2 game even if you already purchased the exact same PS2 game on the PS3. I was okay with most of these decisions. I figured the PS3 is the best console for PS1 games, and the PS4 would eventually become the best way to play PS2 games. Plus, they even added trophy support. But that's simply not the case. The PS4 isn't the superior way to play PS2 games because its PS2 library is minuscule, and the pricing for these games is all over the place. You're definitely better off waiting for a price cut, which luckily happens quite often. And just finding the PS2 games on the online store is such an annoyance. It used to be conveniently right around here. Now it's all the way over, wait for it, almost there, right here. Yep. Despite all the negative things to be said about the Wii U, the system's eShop provided a vast library of classic games. 6 generations of consoles including the Nintendo DS. Porting dual-screen touchpad games looks pretty complicated, yet it was executed perfectly, and the DS games are reasonably priced. In fact, the Wii U's entire retro library is priced fairly except for the $5 NES games. Kind of a ripoff. Most of these NES games aren't even worth playing, and the emulation quality could be better. Also, still no GameCube games on the Switch. But anyways, back to Sony's Virtual Console situation. The first several PS2 games to get ported to the PS4 were already on the PS3, except some of the lesser known PS2 games on the PS3 never made it to PS4, like Shinobi and God Hand. I never bought many PS2 games on the PS3 because it felt like it arrived a little too late into the PS3's life cycle. But I gotta say, there's a few games on here that I really wish got transferred to the PS4. On the other hand, the PS4 has a lot of these arcade fighting games that I've never heard of. These are probably good fighting games, I wouldn't know, but when most people think of the PS2, they don't think of these games. I doubt Puzzle Quest comes to mind either. Oh my god, this looks so boring. When I look back at the PS2, I think of the highest selling console of all time with over 1,850 games. And I mentioned earlier that the PS4 has lots of HD remakes and remasters, but it's mostly PS3 games that got the support. Likewise, the PS3 got a shit ton of HD PS2 collections. Seriously, there's a lot here. And instead of porting the originals to the PS4 like the Jak and Daxter games, we're all better off with another HD remaster like Final Fantasy X or the Devil May Cry collection. When comparing Jak and Daxter from PS3 to PS4, you'll find that the PS3 version looks much better and is cheaper to buy. As far as the PS2 goes, I really enjoyed the Ratchet & Clank games, Kingdom Hearts, and God of War, but the PS2 has so much more to offer with a large amount of exceptional games. And if you really like the PlayStation 2, you probably already know this. The PS4 really needs to treat the PS2 library just like the PS3 handled PS1 games. I can think of a few PS1 games that I can't conveniently buy on the PS3, but for the most part they nailed it. The library consists of a little bit of everything, including international ports and very rare games that are physically worth well over $100. But still, as of right now, the PS4's PS2 library remains in a pitiful state. The number of games ported each year is very low compared to what the PS3 achieved, and 2018 has been the quietest year with only 2 PS2 games ported. Bottom line, the PS2 deserves better than this.